Alright guys, I got really sidetracked in the last video. I want this to be a driving tip specific video, but I only gave like 2 or 3 tips in the 16 minutes of recording, so I'm just going to delete that video, start over, and try not to go on all these little bunny trails, rabbit holes, whatever they're called, these little side rants. So, tip number 1, y'all. Okay, first of all, here's a good tip for you. I'm going downhill right now. Obviously, you don't want to build up speed because the faster you're going, the more space you're going to need to safely stop. So pump the brakes. Don't lock them on. Do not lock your brakes. Pump them. That is number 1. Pump, pump, pump. If you have anti-skid braking system, or ABS, if you have that in your vehicle and it's not malfunctioning, then you can lock your brake on because the ABS will kick in and do the pumping for you. That's its purpose. That's what it's there to do. I do not have ABS, so I have to manually pump. Ooh, that's bumpy. Woo. Ugh. All right. So that's tip 1. Pump your brakes. Even when you're not on a hill, if you need to stop, whether it's a stop sign or a stoplight or you're slowing down for traffic or whatever, pump the brakes. Don't lock them on. Secondly, when you're approaching a curve, make sure you slow down for it, because even though like the curve and the straightaway leading up to it and away from it might be equally slippery, you're a lot more likely to lose control on the curve because you have to turn to stay with the road. So, you know, you can go straight on a slippery surface and stay straight, and you won't even necessarily realize how slippery it is because you never had to turn your wheel. But once you turn it on that curve, you could lose it. So definitely slow down for curves. And again, don't slam your brake on, but just let off the gas and give yourself a little bit of slowdown for it. Be cautious, be smart, but also watch oncoming traffic, because whether your curve is to the right or the left, either way, oncoming traffic could lose control just as easily as you can, and they could end up coming into your lane. If your curve is to the right, then on their side it will be a left-hand curve, and if they start to fishtail, then the front end of their vehicle will literally be aiming for your lane. If your curve is to the left, then theirs will be to the right. Again, if they're curving to the right and their tail end gets out from under them and they lose control, then their rear end could come out into your lane. Or they could just completely spin around and their whole vehicle could come in your lane, and that could happen on either right or left, doesn't matter. In either case, right curve, left curve, doesn't even matter. Both are equally possible to lose control on your side or theirs, and you could end up on their side if you're not careful with your vehicle. So watch for traffic, make sure that they're not coming onto your side. And that's another great reason to slow down for curves, is because if there is oncoming traffic, you give yourself a better chance of avoiding a collision should one of them lose control and come on your side of the road. So definitely watch traffic. Another one, tip 3, and before I say tip 3, let me just say, sometimes I'm going to try to get all these tips in the description as well, but there might be tips in the description that I didn't think of when recording the video, and there might be tips in the video that I forgot about when writing the description. So there could be tips in either one that's not in the other. So if for some reason you Googled this video, you just Googled tips for driving in the snow or something like that, and you somehow got this video, then just know you can read the description as well. There might be something new in there. I really don't know, because I haven't written it yet. I'm still recording the video. Duh. Anyway, so what did I say? 3? Tip 4? 3? I don't know where I am. So another thing is, when you're slowing down or stopping in the snow, first of all, on ice, there's no negotiating with ice. You're gonna go where you go, with or without the brakes, with or without steering. Ice is bad. But snow, you can work with snow if you know what you're doing, okay? So definitely, if the road is icy, you want there to be snow on top of it, otherwise you're done. But and I got a great story about that. But that made my video go way too long the last time I tried to record this. So anyway, when you're on the snow, if you're like, if you hit your brakes, if you're trying to avoid something in front of you, whether it's a car that broke down or spun out or whatever it is, if you're not able to stop, don't lock your brakes on, because you have a better chance of avoiding it by going around it if you have traction. And the only way to have traction is for your wheels to actually be turning. And if you got your brake on, your wheels are not turning because your brakes are keeping them from doing so. Your rear wheels will turn, but your front ones will not. And 70% of your braking is on the front wheels. So by all means, if you can slow down safely and do that, by all means do that. But if you're not going to stop in time, no matter what you do, then try to slow down as much as you can, realistically, and steer around. And it's okay if you need to spin your wheels to get that extra little bit of oomph to get around, just gas on it and go around or do whatever. But you can use the slide to help you, if you know how to control it. Which is why I tell people, this will be the next tip, go to an open parking lot at the beginning of the winter when you get your first big snow. Go to a big open parking lot, a mall, a Walmart, preferably one that's closed, just a big empty parking lot where there's not a lot of anything to hit. And try to be more in the open, try to stay away from the light poles, and just play. Go fast. Start out slow, but work your speed up more and more as you get used to the feel of it. Crank your wheel to the right and the left and see how your car responds. Just play with it and figure out how your vehicle handles in the snow. Because I promise you, if you do that, and this is especially important for more beginner drivers, it will help you a great deal once you're on the road, because you're not only learning it, how your vehicle's going to react and respond, but you're literally training your brain to respond. Your arms, your hands and arms on the steering wheel, your feet on the pedals, they will react over time as you build up to it. They will react without you having to think about it. If you do this enough, your brain will just automatically react when something happens on the road. Like, you won't even think about it. Your body will just automatically do what needs to be done to avoid a collision, to whatever. So definitely go to a big open parking lot with as few obstacles as possible, and just play with your vehicle, man. It's okay to slide it around in the snow in a safe environment like that. Obviously make sure there's no one else also doing that there, because you all could hit each other, but you know what I mean. Look around, make sure it's safe. But it's perfectly fine to go out, do donuts, and I mean, security comes and kicks you out, then you go to someplace else, do what you gotta do. You're not gonna get arrested for doing this. At least I've never heard of anyone getting arrested. In fact, I personally I've been asked to not drive that way, and I've been asked to leave a parking lot before, but I've never, ever been arrested, never had the cops called or anything. So by all means, have fun with it. Just do it, Get to know how your vehicle feels and handles in the snow. So important. That might be my number one tip, actually, because just doing that alone will help you with all the other stuff. Slam your brakes on, turn in both directions, figure out what's happening with your wheels, figure out what's happening with your vehicle. Just learn it, play with it and learn it. And do the same in reverse. If you have a front wheel drive vehicle, go backwards and then crank the wheel, and oh my gosh, it's so much fun. You'll do a 180 and it'll be great. It's a thrill. It might scare newer drivers, I suppose, but it's good fun for those of us that have done it 1,000 times. And that's probably not even exaggerating. I've probably done it more than 1,000 times. I've probably done it 1,000 times in a matter of 10 years. But I've been driving for 25, so got a few under my belt. So anyway, trying to think if there's any other tips I want to throw in before I end this video. I don't want it to be too long. We're at 9 minutes and something now. Oh, don't follow too closely. Like, whatever distance you would normally follow on a normal day, double it. People are passing you left and right. Get off the road and take another road. Don't be the hazard. Don't be the danger. It's okay to go slower than everyone and take your time and be safe, but you're not being safe if you're the only one going 25 when everybody else is doing 45. It's not safe. Get off the road, find a different route, or find another driver who can handle driving in weather. Like I said earlier, I could have driven 50 down that road that I started this video on, and I would have been just fine because I've done this 1,000 times, but it just didn't need to. If there's been a bunch of other traffic, then I would have held them up because, you know, I don't care. I will delay you if you're behind me, and that's okay with me. I don't have a problem with that. I'd rather see everybody else make it to their destination safely too. Don't follow too close, and you know, just be smart, guys. Be smart. Learn your vehicle. Know how far you need to be behind someone in case you need to stop suddenly, because there's no such thing as suddenly when you're in the snow or on ice or in slush or any of these things. Yeah. Whew. It's getting hot in this vehicle, man. I'd already turned the heat down, but apparently not enough. Anyway, guys, I hope these tips were helpful to you. Please leave comments in the section, or leave comments down below rather, if you have any tips that I missed or anything else you'd like to add. Share any fun stories you have about losing control in the snow. Anything like that, by all means put that stuff in the comments. Thank you for watching. For all those that are subscribed and who watch my videos, I appreciate each and every one of you. Those that are in the know, they know that I'm not trying to grow my channel, and this is all just for fun for me and communicating with my YouTube friends. So anybody new, and I know there's a few of you that are new, I've gotten like 3 new subscribers in the last few days. So in any case, just know that I post randomly. I have no set schedule. I have no set content. Woo! Slidey. Slid around that one. But anyway, yeah. So I post random stuff at random times, and I'll go many weeks without posting, months at a time sometimes. But yeah, thanks for watching. I appreciate the support. Oh gosh, that scared the daylights out of me. I heard the beep and I didn't see the tractor right away. I saw the tractor now though. Anyway, have a fabulous night, y'all. Remember to take care of yourselves, or, well, take care of yourselves too, and definitely take care of each other, but that's not what I meant to say. My catchphrase, my go-to phrase at the end of all my videos. Y'all know what it is. Well, maybe not the newcomers, but take care of your pets and they will take care of you. That is it. Anyway, y'all have a fabulous night. Drive safe, be smart, just don't be dumb, and thank y'all for watching and listening and all that stuff. And we'll see y'all in the next one. Love y'all. Bye-bye.